When you speak truth to power in Kenya, sometimes you disappear. And if you are lucky, they return your body. Bruised, silenced, and misnamed. This is After Dark Confidential, and tonight we walk you into the shadows of criminal justice system, where custody often means coffin, and speaking out can cost your life.
What justice is there for Albert who can no longer breathe? No one asked me to come here this morning. I came under my own will because Albert cannot stand this day to testify in court. If Albert did a mistake, let him testify in court. That's why we have court. Okay. Let him testify in court. But what happened between here and Homa Bay, only Albert can tell us. And unfortunately, as I've said, dead bodies tell no tales.
How low was the bar for us to vote an ICC suspect?
Yes.
In consecutive terms, ICC suspect number 1, Uhuru. ICC suspect number 2, Ruto.
Yes.
I am not surprised that this government is hunting and haunting the dissenters of this regime because they are using the Moi manual. Ruto ni mtoto wa Moi. Amefunzwa na Moi siasa za kuabduct watu, siasa za kuua watu, siasa za kuintimidate watu na siasa za kutumia vijana vibaya. Na sisi tumekataa.
Kama mama amesikia uchungu sana. Kama mama amesikia mtoto mmoja, huyo mama atapata lini mtoto mwingine? Na amekuwa mzee. Atapata wapi mtoto mwingine? Huyo mzee atapata wapi mtoto mwingine? Wakimwambia hapo, wanamtoa kwa boma ya mzazi wake. Walikuwa wanamtoa wampeleke wapi? Tunataka tu huyo askari watuletee hapa. Hatutaki maneno ya koti. Watupatie sisi wa mama. Tutadili na huyo askari.
There's one particular police officer who decided to haul tear gas canisters at us. And I went to him and asked him why he's hauling tear gas canisters, yet we are peaceful. So when I asked him that, he threatened me and he told me, I have marked you. Nimekumark na nitakupata.
Serikali ndio inapatia polisi nguvu, but not for long. We the people shall, the power belongs.
Our story begins in Homa Bay, June 4th, 2025. Albert Ojwang, 26-year-old, bold and fearless online, posted a threat accusing a senior DCI officer of orchestrating illegal business deals. His tweet went viral. He promised more revelations, and then he vanished. At dawn, men in plain clothes stormed his home. They claimed to be from the cybercrime unit. No warrant, no ID, no mercy. Albert was taken without explanation, without a lawyer, without rights. That was the last time his mother saw him alive. 3 days later, he turned up at City Mortuary as a corpse. Police said he banged his head in a cell at Central Police Station in Nairobi. They said he became violent. They said he died by accident, but the autopsy said otherwise. Albert's face was swollen. His neck bore signs of strangulations. His back was covered in bruises. The report concluded blunt force trauma, asphyxiation, not self-inflicted. Once again, the truth was louder than the official statement. Albert Ojwang case is horrifying, but it's not rare. In Kenya, the cell has become an execution chamber, and the police have become both judge and executioner. Let's go back to 2021 August, Kianjokoma County.
We begin with a somber story. It was an emotional send-off for two brothers from Kianjokoma in Embu County who died mysteriously while in police custody last week. Speakers at the burial ceremony called for speedy investigations into the deaths and a lasting solution to police brutality.
Two brothers, Emmanuel and Benson Bwinga, arrested for allegedly breaking COVID curfew. 2 days later, they were found dead. Police claimed they jumped from moving van, but the autopsy proved the truth. They were beaten, bludgeoned, left to die. 6 officers were arrested, but no convictions yet. The parents still mourn, justice still pending. Now, let's rewind to June 2016 in a case that broke the nation, Willie Kimani.
The usual sleepy town of Oldonyo Sabuk that is nested in the slopes of Kilimambogo in Machakos County woke up to the presence of rare guests and unpleasant news. The flying squad and serious crimes officers were here as part of a wider attempt to unravel the mystery behind the discovery of 3 bodies fished out of the nearby river earlier. They would turn out to be those of the missing lawyer Willie Kimani, his client Josephat Mwendwa, and their taximan Joseph Moirode. Area residents say they noticed 2 strange bags floating in the water early Thursday, and upon inspection they found stuffed bodies, prompting them to call the police.
A young human rights lawyer defending a board rider who had been abused by police after leaving a courtroom in Mavoko, Willie, his client, and their driver disappeared. Days later, their bodies were found dumped in a river, tied, tortured, and mutilated. 4 officers were convicted years later, but nothing has changed. Justice was too late to matter. And then came August 2024, when Generation Z stood up, protesting against brutal finance bill. Thousands of young Kenyans took to the streets. 19 were killed, some gunned down during protests, others died in custody. The police blamed mob justice, but lit autopsies revealed bullets to the chest, skull fractured. Execution, not accidents. These are not isolated cases. They are part of the legacy, a system that uses fear and buries the truth. Let us remember them all. Baby Pendo in 2017 Kisumu, 6 months old, beaten by police officers during a house raid in a post-election chaos, died days later in hospital. No one was held accountable. Her only crime being born in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yassin Moyo, 2020 in Nairobi, a 13-year-old, standing in a balcony during COVID curfew, shot a stray police bullet. Officer was arrested, but the case was dropped. Yassin's mother still cries at night. No justice, only memories.
Tumezika karibu watu 4. Na hatujaguza wale wako Kitui, wale Machakos. Kufika sasa watu 72 wamewawa Kenya hii, na polisi wa Kenya ambao inatakiwa wawalinde. Ndio sababu mnaona tukija hapa tuna uchungu sana. Na sisi hatujakuja tu kusema pole kwenu. Tuko hapa na baba na Kalonzo na timu ya Azimio kuhakikishia ya kwamba baada ya mazishi haya tutasimama na Mama Brian na familia zote zimeathirika kwa haki ya Brian huyo. So we are not just here to mourn with you. We are here to assure you that as Azimio, we shall stand with this family of Brian and all affected families in their quest for justice, nationally and internationally.
Brian Malika, 2023 in Kakamega, a vocal activist known for exposing police extortion, abducted in daylight, body dumped in a sugarcane plantation, signs of torture and acid burns. The DCI called the gang retaliation, but his friends knew better. He was targeted for speaking the truth.
Now, homicide detectives from the DCI headquarters are probing the death of a man who is suspected to have been killed while in police custody. 31-year-old Dennis Mukali was arrested in Likuyani area of Kakamega County and detained at Mbururu police station before mysteriously disappearing only for his body to be recovered in Webuye 4 days later. And as Hassan Mugambi reports, glaring inconsistencies would see officers from the police post, which was razed down by angry residents, charged with murder.
In 10th, 2025, in Nairobi, the death of Albert Ojwang sparked something Kenya hasn't seen in years. Unified outrage. Thousands pour into the street carrying banners, chanting names. Justice for Ojwang. End police killings. Tweet are not crimes. Police respond the only way they know. Tear gas, rubber bullets, arrests. But this time, the nation was watching, and this generation, they will not be silenced. Between 2023 and 2025, over 2019 cases of extrajudicial killings were documented by civil society groups, but only a handful of officers faced trial. Fewer than 5 were convicted. The Independent Policy Oversight Authority, IPOA, tries but lacks teeth, because in Kenya, the badge protects the gun and the silence protects the killer. So tonight, we remember the names Albert Ojwang, Emmanuel and Benson Duiga, Willie Kimani, Baby Pendo, Yassin Moyo, Ruth Wanjiku, Brian, Malika, and 19 Gen Z protesters who died for democracy. We say their names because the government won't, because their killers still wear uniform, because justice in Kenya still lives in the shadows. This has been After Dark Confidential, where we speak the names they tried to erase. We shine the lights where no one else dares, and we ask you to remember, in this country, a tweet can be fatal, a voice can be death sentence, but silence is how the system wins. Follow us at Highland Pulse Escapade or at HPE Films TV on Twitter, on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share your truth, record your story, and stand with those who never made it home. Only on HPE TV, where the unspoken get heard.